Got yourself a DT 1500 Ram? Well, if you weren't sure, there is a little bit of a problem with these vehicles that I want to talk to you about today, but fear not, we've got a solution. So what is that said little problem? Well, here we are with the chassis, and what Ram decided to do was pretty much shrink it the further back that it goes. So our problem area is mainly around where your coil tower is. And as you can see, the chassis actually comes in and it kind of like goes smaller to clear where the coil is going to sit. This is obviously a Laramie. If you have a Limited, it has an airbag there. Same situation though. And in here is where we usually find the problem of it starting to crack and or bend, depending on how much load the vehicle is trying to either tow or carry. I just wanted to quickly point out to you guys, this is the end of the chassis at the back of the Ram, as you might see, because there's an exhaust here. They are quite thin. So that is a contributing factor as to why we're seeing issues on this chassis. Then they go and slap a big massive 4.5 ton rated tow bar on the back here. And when you are traveling down the highway with 3.5 or up to 4.5 ton, that's when we're finding that it is then moving that stress point all the way through to where we showed you before on where it starts to crack and bend. So how can we prevent, fix, help this vehicle last a bit longer than what mine did? And if you haven't, go back, watch the previous episode on our own Ram 1500 that we have and what happened with that. So what do we got here? We've got a system, chassis brace system from Superior Engineering. Those guys have helped us get this out. And what we are doing is literally getting it out to you guys. We're doing a bit of R&D on this particular vehicle just to make sure that these are exactly how we need them to be. And what you are seeing right here is a part of the system. So we basically got a frame up and it has to be welded into place to go into the vehicle, then helping prevent your chassis from bending or cracking. And that's what we are trying to do, guys. If you are heavy on the daily, that's probably more where we see these things getting into issues. If you are towing, that is definitely something that you want to be looking into getting. This is definitely a really, really good way to prevent your chassis from cracking and splitting in the first place. We have fixed some chassis that have come through that are either bent or cracked, and that needs to be sorted before this can even be fitted. Yes, your fuel tank has to come out for us to actually fit this kit. So make sure you're aware of that. Look, if you're doing it, you might as well go a long range tank. And then that way you're kind of getting 2 mods with the 1 stone, 2 birds, 1 stone type of situation. Yes, the tub or the tray or whatever is on the vehicle needs to come off so we can obviously gain access to fit this particular system. But fear not, once it's in, it all gets painted that factory chassis black. So if you've got one of these vehicles and you feel that this is a system that's going to help your vehicle, well, what you can do is jump on our website because the kits are out right now, guys. Head over to bawauto.com.au and you can find yourself the details and information that you're going to need for the chassis brake kit for the 1500 Ram. Thanks guys, have a good one. If you're still watching, make sure you give me a thumbs up, it'll really help out the channel. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because most of you aren't subscribed at all. And then that way, you can see my ugly face next week. Okay, see you guys, have a good one.